Bore da a chroeso I Golwg ar y Garawys. Good morning and welcome to a look at Lent. And today I'm joined by Adrian Nichols. Bore da, Adrian.
Bore da.
Lovely to have you with us. Lovely to have you with us. Diolch yn fawr am ddod.
Diolch.
During this series, we're looking at Lent and life and faith. So we're having a series of interviews with different people. And I'm sure that Adrian is going to be a very interesting person to listen to this morning. And many of you will know him as the local postman around the Larne area. So it's lovely to have Adrian with us today. We're going to begin with a Bible reading, which comes from the Gospel according to Mark, chapter 8, verses 31 to 38. And it's actually the Gospel reading for Sunday, the second Sunday in Lent. Jesus began to teach his disciples that the Son of Man must undergo great suffering and be rejected by the elders, the chief priests, and the scribes, and be killed, and after 3 days rise again. He said all this quite openly. And Peter took him aside and began to rebuke him. But turning and looking at his disciples, he rebuked Peter and said, "Get behind me, Satan, for you are setting your mind not on divine things, but on human things." He called the crowd with his disciples and said to them, "If any want to become my followers, let them deny themselves and take up their cross and follow me. For those who want to save their life will lose it, and those who lose their life for my sake and for the sake of the gospel will save it. For what will it profit them to gain the whole world and forfeit their life? Indeed, what can they give in return for their life? Those who are ashamed of me and of my words in this adulterous and sinful generation, of them the Son of Man will also be ashamed when he comes in the glory of his Father with his holy angels." So we'll be returning to that reading at the end of our interview. But first of all, I've got some other questions that I want to ask Adrian this morning. And first of all, many people watching this may know you as their local postman. So how long have you been a postman and what area do you cover?
I've been a postman for over 31 years. And I've been doing the land delivery round for 25 years come next June.
Wow, that's a long time. So I'm sure you must have got to know the area pretty well and the inhabitants of Larne during that time.
I'm a slow learner and still learning.
Oh.
Yes, I love the people in Larne. They're with me all the time, you know. They're fantastic people.
That's great. And you're also a member of a church congregation, aren't you? Would you like to tell us about your church and the role that it plays in your life?
I'm a member of St. Peter's Church here in Canon. I've been a member there since going back when I was 10 years old. And then when I was confirmed, I was let off the leash. And I didn't return for another 30 years.
Oh.
And then I've gone back. I felt the belief in God come back in me, and I needed it. So I've been so for the last 15 or so years, maybe more, I've been going regularly to church.
Oh, that's lovely.
And it is part of my life.
Yes.
It is part of my life.
Yes.
And I feel that I am just a servant. I'm not a preacher. I don't pretend to be laity. I am just a servant. So at the moment, one of my jobs is a flag flyer.
Oh, right.
I fly the flag. But yesterday, unfortunately, because of restrictions, I didn't fly the flag for St. David's.
Oh,
So
never
that is
mind.
one of
Let's hope by Easter Day you'll be able to
Yes.
put a flag up for Easter Day.
Let's hope so.
Yeah. Oh, lovely. So what difference does your faith make to your life and work?
Being a postman, you can put faith into action. That you're there to, as I've said before, as a servant, to help anybody, which believe you me, there are plenty of opportunities. There was one breaking service I had from Lan. I did another, I won't name the area, and I was there for 3 months because I thought I wanted to get away from that. And it didn't satisfy me at all. I didn't hardly had any interaction with people, and I knew I had to go back to Lan.
Really?
And so I've, forgive me for saying this, for my sins, I went back. And I've never complained about the delivery ever since. You know, I've accepted it. And I find it's in me to be of service. That's what I find my faith.
That's great. And that's what we need to do, isn't it? To live out our faith in our daily lives and to serve other people.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
It doesn't come out on the Sunday with your best suit on the Sunday and then go to church, come home, take a suit off and forget it for another week.
No, it's a way of life, isn't it? Yeah.
It is. And I'm not saying I'm perfect anyway. And when I do remember, when I'm driving down to Lan on the dual carriageway, that's when I usually say my prayers.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yes. To thank God for all I've had, what I have, and will receive from Him.
Yes, yes.
And that's when the opportunity that I have, apart from getting up too earlier than what I should be.
Yes.
That is my routine.
Oh, lovely. Well, that's good. So as a postman, you're one of our key workers keeping things going during this difficult time of the COVID-19 pandemic. What's that been like for you? And has your work changed at all?
To be honest with you, Anne, it hasn't changed that much greatly. Apart from odd little things that we have to do differently in work first thing in the morning before starting out the round. But apart from that, things are very much the same. Right. Only that the parcel delivery side is definitely getting heavier, with more people ordering more parcels online.
Yes.
And once they start becoming familiar with it, then it's like an avalanche.
Right.
And so it's the future.
Yes.
And that's the way it's going to be. That's the way it's going to be. And I'm thankful that I've kept working, that I haven't been stuck indoors and all this time, especially with that glorious weather we had on the first lockdown.
That's true.
And the roads were empty. People were home to receive their parcels. Everything was hunky-dory, you know? Yes,
that's true.
I'm blessed. I've been blessed.
That's brilliant. That's brilliant. And no doubt you've been very busy.
Yeah,
with
it has been
deliveries
busy
over that time. Yeah.
And the occasions then when they've been short of staff in work, that we work a rest week policy. I get a week off every 6 weeks. And when they were short, then I was able to fill in to help them when they were short.
Oh, right. Yes.
And so I've had this time back now. I'm having a few more holidays at this time of year, which is one day this week at the moment, as a matter of fact.
Lovely. That's good. That's good. Because, of course, during lockdown, we've been relying much more on post and delivery services. And sometimes the postman or the delivery driver might be the only person that people have seen in the day. How can we help people to stay connected with their families and friends at this difficult time?
Obviously, there's a telephone, and I've been known to carry messages for other people.
Oh, have you?
And to take little items up to other people. But for other people, like they said, there's Zoom, which a lot of older generational people, I'm not being disrespectful, yeah, but I'm too familiar. Like myself, I'm not a guru on computers, no way. But that's one option.
Yes.
And like yourself, operating Zoom services with the church is fantastic. Really good.
We found it very successful, especially in the Larne area. I was very fortunate, really. My predecessor, Father Chris, set it up. And a lot of people came on to Zoom, and it's been going ever since. We've had a service every Sunday since Easter Sunday last year on Zoom. And it's wonderful to be able to join together with people. But of course, like you say, Adrian, not everybody is on Zoom. Not everybody is able to use the internet. And then seeing a familiar face, the postman coming round, and actually seeing somebody maybe speaking to someone, that might be really important for somebody because they might not see anybody else during the day.
You're right, Anne. Yes,
yeah.
Definitely. Somebody to have a chat with.
Yes.
At least just to see a familiar face.
Yes, a familiar face and a smile. Yeah, that's right. So important. So what do you think local churches can do to support key workers like yourself and all the others who are so busy keeping things going for us at this time?
I couldn't really tell you exactly what physical help that you're able to provide for us, but spiritual help in the way of prayer, that's the only thing I can think that might help us,
Yes.
I can't think of anything else that that would be of any assistance to us in that respect.
But prayer is very important, isn't it?
It is indeed.
Yes, and we can all pray for our key workers and those who are helping to keep life going for us. And
yes,
that's a very important thing.
Definitely.
Yeah.
My wife and myself are very fortunate to have two lovely daughters who are both nurses.
Oh, right.
So, and we've been blessed, and they've been very busy, as you well know.
Yes, I can imagine. Yeah.
And we pray for them.
Yeah. That's great. That's good. Lovely. So we come to our final question, which links back with our Bible reading today. In our reading, we heard Jesus' words, "If any want to become my followers, let them deny themselves and take up their cross and follow me." What does this mean for us as followers of Jesus today?
Exactly what the words from Mark are saying, and we can live in the world and be part of it and gain all the riches that we can. But if we don't follow what Christ has taught us or preached to us, well, that's it. Then there'll be nothing. With Christ, there's hope. And
Yes.
And the glory to come. The reward is at the end.
Yes. And of course, the cross, it's not easy always to carry our cross, is it? And our journey through life isn't easy either. And yet we have the strength to carry on, don't we, as Jesus' disciples, and to follow in the footsteps of our master, if you like.
We all fall by the wayside now and again. I don't even pretend to be perfect. And I'm falling on the wayside all the time. but somehow try and
Like
follow
we all
the-
do. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he's there to pick us up and carry on.
Yes. Yes, that's right.
Further than that, there's nothing more I can say that to add to that.
Yeah, that's great. So would you like to finish off with a prayer for us, Adrian? Thank you.
Certainly. Let us pray. Heavenly Father, your love for us is so much that you sent your only Son to us to teach us and follow his example to turn away from sin. During this period of Lent, we look into ourselves and renew our belief in God. As we are told in the Gospel of Mark, it is for all of us to pick up our cross and carry our faith into the world, to lead others in our love of God, to follow Christ on the path to glory, to follow him to his heavenly kingdom. In the name of our Saviour, Jesus Christ, who died for us. Amen.
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 Thank you very much, Adrian, for sharing your thoughts with us today. And we wish you all the best in your work as you live out your faith in your daily life and as you deliver the post around the Larn area. A diolch yn fawr I chi I gyd am wylio y bore 'ma. Thank you all for watching this morning. And do join us next week when the Reverend Lorna Bradley will be talking to a teacher, Lisa Jones, about her life and faith. Felly, pob hwyl I chi I gyd.
Bye-bye, lad.
Bye,
Dabo,
everybody.
pawb. Dabo.